All right, well, it's Confession Thursdays.
Oh, no.
I hope you guys did not forget Confession Thursdays, and we have the Godfather on the line because today he's going to confess. Hello.
Yeah, hello. And, I don't know why y'all are putting me through this, because you're exposing all these horrible things and these embarrassing things that I have done.
Listen, we feel better after.
All right, okay. No watermelon then, I guess.
No. No watermelon.
No watermelon. All right, so listen. This one is actually, Chris, about Rebecca. When Bex was about, I don't know, maybe you were in the Montessori section, so you must have been 5 years or 6 years old, somewhere around there at the time. Maybe 5, yeah, because I think at 5 you went over then to the junior school, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So you were probably 4 at the time and in Montessori, and your mom and I had a discussion that afternoon that I should pick you up, or at least that day. She had said to me, well, would you pick up Becky this afternoon? I said, sure, absolutely. Coming up from River Road, I'll stop and I'll pick up Bex. Well, one thing led to another, Chris, and Rebecca, do you remember this story at all?
I'm seeing little pieces come back.
Little pieces, okay. Did it affect you psychologically, you think?
It may have. I probably blocked it out. The trauma. The trauma.
You're trying to see a psychologist. So busy dad running, the other place, Starcom Network, and, getting into meetings and all kinds of stuff going on all day long and so on and so forth. And I'm there pressing ahead with work. And sometime, now remember, school is out at 2:25. The teachers kind of hang around for a while to ensure that there's not indiscipline and so on. And then they go about their way because obviously they have their lives too as well, And the kids sat under this, under the downstairs section, an open section of the junior school. And the parents would come around with the cars or walk in or whatever and pick the kids up, and away you go. Except that on that day, I completely forgot that I had my beautiful little baby girl at school to pick up. Oh my goodness gracious me. And somewhere around 3:30, the phone rang and your mother said, what time you bringing home Becky? Is she at the studio? Isn't she hungry? Oh dear.
Oh Lord.
And at that moment, the penny dropped. I must have knocked down Carol Marshall as I ran through the door, out through the back.
It was at that moment he knew he had messed up.
Jumped into the Audi A6, and I came out of the gates like Mark Maloney in full speed at Bushy Park on a Saturday afternoon, up to the Column overtaking every car along the way going up River Road like some crazy lunatic. And I pulled into the convent. I think the guy was just getting ready to close the first gate. So that you have to come around the other gate. That's how bad it was. It is now minutes to 4 o'clock. This child has been out there since 2:25 in the afternoon. And I come around the circle, and there's little Becky sitting down all by her lonesome.
Oh, man.
She alone, you and you alone, nobody else in the area. Every other child, responsible parents have picked them up.
Was I mad?
Every other child had been picked up by their loving parents.
Did I say anything or?
No, you didn't say anything. I think you said I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, sounds about right. That's pretty much me every half hour.
And the sense of guilt, I felt so riddled with guilt as I strapped her in, and she was extremely tiny, so and fragile, and she just sat there in the car very quietly. And I'm trying to make conversation as I drove up to
trying to make amends.
Trying to make amends. I would have to make amends twice because obviously at the other end of the spectrum, her mother is waiting, and she is not a happy trooper. right? You know, so I could hear the haranguing and haranguing in my ears. If you know you couldn't go and do it, why didn't you tell me and I could go and do it myself? You know.
No, you couldn't.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. When you want to get something done properly, do it yourself and yada, 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 yada. So I knew that was in store. So at least Becky was quiet and I didn't have to deal with that on the way up. But the sense of guilt, I don't think I ate dinner that evening. I felt so guilty and horrible. How could I? It kept rolling over in my mind. How could I have forgotten my daughter at the school? How could that possibly have happened? And to this day, I still have not found the answer, Crispin, you know. So
the shame. I'm sure that's happened to parents before, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Sometimes you get caught out. At least I was in a safe place. I was just a little hungry.
Yeah, you get left too, Crispin.
The Lord was watching over me at the convent.
Oh,
Crispin,
Crispin,
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. You feel better now? Or worse?
Well, it's out
Bring
there
back all
now.
the
You know, at least, I don't think your mother's listening at the moment. I think she's still asleep.
I was wondering.
Very right. Well, there you go. Confession Thursdays. Thanks for that. Some pity it was at my expense. Well, you know, Crispin, now I can use that to my advantage. Remember the time you forgot me at school?
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's what I thought.
Now.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So you can wait to see how that comes back. It'll pay dividends for me.